person needs a positive vibe. We gotta struggle inside, just trying to survive. Since the beginning of time, people been losing their minds. It's just a sign of the time. It's a positive vibe. Hello, hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Positive Vibes Only. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for being here. First and foremost, as always, I thank everybody and appreciate everyone for the likes, the shares, the comments, the emails and text messages, the encouraging words. Hello to everyone in the PVO group. Hey, how you doing? And I'm loving it over there. We're growing. We have gotten 4 more likes, and we're at 518 on the page, and we're at 340 in the group, and I'm loving it. It's just super awesome. Got a great show today. Got a special guest today, but let him introduce himself because he's actually here. And without further ado, I would like to introduce you to someone who is very near and dear to my heart. One of my brothers. Come on in.
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Hey, PVO world.
Hey. It's my brother.
It's been a minute.
Oh, what's this?
That is a birthday present that we had gotten for you back in May that I never brung to you.
Oh.
It's a PVO mug. It's a one of a kind. It's not on the site or anything like that. We designed it. Me and your nieces, we designed it for you, and we were supposed to get it to you with this nice banner, but I messed up a few times.
I don't care if that falls on the floor. Look at this.
Check that out.
Look at this. That's me. That's me.
Exclusive.
That's me.
PVO is a movement, y'all.
It's a movement.
So congratulations on your success.
Thank you.
Congratulations on the launch of your show and your business and your brand in this new chapter of your life.
Thank you.
So what we talking about today?
We're talking about being yourself.
Oh, shoot.
And it's so hard for people to be themselves. They feel like they have to be something that they're not in order to fit in. So we're going to explore some areas in where people are not being themselves and how we can pretty much give advice or, oh, hey!
What's up, y'all?
I was supposed to call him by his first name. Hey, Silence, how are you?
Where is
And try to give them some advice on how to either be a better person or to just bring out who they really are in themselves.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
It's so much competition.
Yeah.
For personality. You know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of personality that people aspire to be, and that makes it difficult for people to figure out like who they truly are.
Mm-hmm. Well, just like the conversation I was having with Wyatt earlier, where I was telling him it's okay for you to feel that way, but it doesn't make it right. And using that whole mantra with it, if a person feels that they have to change themselves to fit in somewhere, because we discussed that too,
right.
Having to change yourself to fit in somewhere, then you're not being true to yourself.
Right.
So I don't think a person should have to change who they are as a whole just to fit in somewhere or to be, how do you say? I don't want to say not swallowed, how to be taken it, yeah. You know. For some people, I see that it's difficult when they are around other people and they're doing certain things pressure, and they feel like, okay, so in order for me to fit in with them, I got to do these things. But really, you don't. The reason why you're there is because of who you are.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't have invited you if you weren't the person that you were. If they knew that you were going to just do whatever they're going to do, most of the time they're not going to invite you because they need that contrast.
Right. I think it happens like a long time ago. Just public school.
Yeah.
You know, we used to color with crayons. We used to get creative and imaginative, and we used to imagine these grand things for ourselves that other people weren't seeing. And it's hard, too, when you're younger and you don't see other people doing things that you might want to do. Mm-hmm. You know, like when I was younger, being in church, we had a bass and a drum.
Mm-hmm.
So I grew up loving bass and drum, but, I didn't know any other music or any other musicians or anything.
Right.
until about 5 years ago when I decided to be like, you know what, this has been calling me my whole life, so I might as well do it. I think that is a true testament to who a person is. It's just something that just keeps nagging at you and calling you, and forcing you to do something that you keep trying to run away from.
Right.
And it's something that you could do all day long,
Mm-hmm.
and no one could really tear you away from it. Like time ceased to exist.
Right.
And I find that with creativity, not just music.
Right.
I find that with all things creative, when you're able to focus your energy to bring things into existence creatively that other people can see and experience and enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thing. I don't really know what it is for other people.
Well, I would think for other people, and just broadly speaking, um, they don't know where to fit in. So that's why they keep switching up on how they are and how they interact with other people, because they don't know where do I fit in. And that's why I always talk about having your circle,
Right.
because your circle will help you figure yourself out, the things that you don't know about yourself, because they see you in a different light.
Right.
You see yourself in the mirror, but I posted something, I think it was last week, if you only knew how I saw you.
Right.
Because a lot of times with us, we don't know how people see us.
True.
We don't know how people look at us and the only time that we know is when somebody does something wrong or something bad, or they lash out at you. Yeah. And then you're trying to figure out, well, where the lash come from, because I didn't do anything. I didn't say anything. So in figuring that out, you got to know who you are. Understand what your likes are, what your dislikes are, and be okay with those things.
Yeah.
Don't change it because you think somebody's going to be offended, or you think somebody's not going to like you because of it. Be true to yourself. Like the conversation we had with Shamel years ago, where we said, if all you want to do is play video games for the rest of your life, then own that.
Right. I'm cool with that.
Own that and be that. And be cool with it.
Right.
Because if you're not okay with it, nobody else is going to be okay with that.
Yeah.
And that he learned, I really don't want to do this for the rest of my life. But if we stop trying to, and this is out there, peer pressure society, if we stop trying to change people to fit in what we're comfortable with, then people can be more themselves than anything else.
True. I also think that people don't realize how much they're being shaped by other people's thoughts and other people's ideas. Early on in life, we're often told not to do things that we find pleasurable, or that we're curious about, and often without a proper explanation.
Right.
And without proper education, then, a curious mind wonders. But I think that's the root of people not figuring out who they are. It's just always thinking about what other people are thinking of you, and do you meet the standard that everyone is setting for you? Because when you're younger, your parents really tell you what your act is. And if you don't have your act together, then they have ways of helping you to comply and to be or not to be, whether you like it or not.
Right.
A kid will be quiet, but that doesn't quiet the voice inside.
Right.
And that kind of conflict, year after year after year after year, is what builds this lack of confidence in who we truly aspire to be.
And that can also be attributed to self-esteem as well. When Absolutely. I was talking about self-esteem, it's how you feel about yourself. And the way that you feel about yourself is when something is projected towards you and you own that. Right. When you haven't looked inside yourself to see, is it really truly that? Am I truly that person? But if you get, for some people, if you get 10 or 15 people saying, you're stupid, you're stupid, you're stupid, you're going to start believing that you're stupid. And rather than look inside, just like, why? Well, why are you coming at me like that?
Right.
What is it that you think that I've done to allow you to say that I'm stupid? I'm not stupid. I got a brain. I can read and write. I can count money. So why would you allow, what is it about you, or what is it about me that you feel I'm stupid?
Right.
But most people don't take that reflection. It's like, you know what, you're right, I'm stupid. I'm dumb. And I see that in, like, if you ever talk to somebody and it's like, oh, I'm so stupid. And you notice that throughout the whole conversation, it's like, oh, I'm so stupid. Oh, I'm so dumb.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's because somebody instilled that in them.
Right.
and they had no way of getting out of it. So we're here to help you guys figure out how to get out of that mindset
Right.
and be yourself. So my first advice to you is look inside yourself, boo. I've said it a number of times. Look inside yourself. Sit down with yourself and get to know you. Get to know your likes, your dislikes, even if you have to write them down. Get to know your likes, get to know your dislikes.
Yeah.
Get to know what makes you happy, what bowls you over in laughter, what makes you cry. Get to know who you are and write them down. Then you read it like a book. Read it like a book. Okay, when I'm happy, this was what makes me happy. This is what makes me sad. Then you'll understand a little more about yourself. Look inside yourself. It starts with you. Can't nobody tell you that who you are except you.
Right. I don't have a particular order and list, but what I will say is there's an extreme imbalance in a lot of things that we do, and that's what causes this ease about who we really are and what we're really supposed to be doing. That's why I support the Positive Vibes movement. PVO is a movement.
Yes.
There's an extreme amount of negativity out here that needs to be counteracted with an extreme amount of positivity, so that we can recalibrate these balances because people are not even.
Right.
And that's really the biggest problem, just the balance part, balancing everything out. Number two is people are not learning how to navigate their emotional compass properly.
That's a big one.
And I find a lot of males now are more emotional than females.
Yeah.
And I find a lot of females now are more masculine than men. So that's that imbalance that I'm talking about. When there's a lack or there's too much of something, then the opposing force needs to be ever more present to create that balance.
Yeah.
And it starts inside of us too. Like, if we're imbalanced in anything, then that's going to cause a disease, right?
Yeah.
So if we're around too many people that's telling us things about ourselves that we don't even think to be true, then we may need to remove ourselves from those people, so that we can attract more people that actually think the way we think about ourselves.
Exactly.
But it really is the way we think about ourselves that attracts the people that we're around.
So number 2, check your circle. Get around people who are not going to make you feel bad about yourself. Get around people who are not going to hone on the negativity that they see,
right,
or that they've created, because it's not always what they see, it's what they've created, and say, you know what, I think this about you. And the only way that works with you is if the person that's saying it, you actually have some level of respect for their comments,
right,
and for what they're saying. And that's tough to navigate, but understand where the person is coming from. We had the conversation about how you talk to people is not what you say, is how you say it.
right.
Some people may not be able to take that harsh, that brash, that listen, this is what I'm telling you about yourself. Some people want you to, this is what. It's really hard for certain people to take it a certain way. But if it's somebody that you respect, I respect him, he come at me hard.
I'm hard.
If it's somebody that you respect, that you love, and you cherish their word, no matter what they say to you or how it comes to you, it may cut you like a knife, like, ooh, but you know what? I know that came from a place of love, because I know that you're not going to do anything to come against me, right, and you're not going to lead me in a place that's going to cause me to fall. However, you have some people in your life who ain't doing right, ain't living right, just toxic everywhere you go. Those are the people you don't accept those comments from.
Right.
So number 1, look inside yourself. Number 2, check your circle. Number 3, look in the mirror. I said that before on one of my podcasts. Look in the mirror. Look at yourself in the mirror and find something about yourself that you love. I said it in my previous video. This little divot right here in my lip. See, we both got it.
That's the Marie.
That's the Marie. We both got it. I love this. I think it's so cute. I love it. I got freckles and moles. You can't see it on the video, but I got freckles and moles. I love it. Find something that you like about yourself. Look in the mirror and really, what's the community says? Just stand in the mirror and look at yourself. But really look inside the mirror and see who the person is. Michael Jackson, man in the
Yeah,
mirror.
it's tough because like no matter where you go, you're gonna be there with you,
Mm-hmm.
and most people can't see the reflection of themselves in the
Right.
mirror. So what I would add is find a mentor. You know,
Yeah.
find a mentor because um, everyone's suffering from some sort of mental block
Yeah.
or mental disease, if you will. So if you find a mentor, because like you said, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Some people just want. I know when I was younger, I gravitated towards uncles and aunts
Mm-hmm.
more so than parental authoritative figures because they didn't make it real comfortable or real easy
Right.
to speak about certain things. Especially if you were a child that just thought
What
past
different?
the other
Yeah.
children,
Yeah.
because then it's like now if we let him talk too much, then the other children are
Gonna
gonna
start
start.
doing it.
Yeah,
You had told me that before. That when I talk to people, it's the reason why they shut me down is because they don't want me to inspire
right.
other people to
Rabble
start.
rousing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's not that I was doing it in a negative way. I'm thinking for myself.
right. Some people don't want to be saved too, so that's a whole other
Yeah,
topic.
that's
That's a
it's
whole
a
other
whole other
topic.
topic.
But being yourself, let's stay on track with that.
Okay.
Being yourself, you have to be able to look yourself in the mirror and be okay with everything that you see right now.
Right
Like
now.
right now, like that's all you have.
Mm-hmm.
And get back in touch to what's really, really important in life. And
Mm-hmm.
to me, it's the people that I love and the people that love me.
Absolutely.
And and figuring out what that is, because there are a lot of voices competing for your attention all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to figure out what voice is the truest voice when all the other voices go to sleep,
Yeah.
so to speak. Yeah.
And that's why I like to sit in silence sometimes. Some people are
Shout
not
out to
comfortable.
silence.
sounds. I like to sit in silence. I will go in my room, close the door, no music, no phone, no lights, and just lay on my bed and sit in silence. Some people are scared to be left alone with their own thoughts, and we
Mm-hmm.
understand that.
True.
But you got to get over those thoughts. And if the thoughts are too traumatic for you, write them down. I find that when you write them down and then you go back at a later time and look at it, you'll realize that the thoughts were not as troubling as you thought they were. Or if they are that troubling, get a mentor, or you may have to seek professional help.
Can we make a disclaimer?
What's the disclaimer?
Look, y'all, we are not doing excellent, okay? Let's just make that abundantly clear. We're all we're all learning to live
Yeah.
um, in this post era of what we're living through. We're all learning to live again. We're all learning to communicate again. We're all learning to be together again. We're all learning what community means. And a lot of people just did not have the proper role models growing up.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, we grew up without our father, so that's not a secret.
Right.
We don't hold any grudges by that, but
Yeah.
it has impacted our lives.
Yeah.
It definitely has, and it impacts other people's lives when they grow up with missing pieces to the puzzle.
Yeah.
So it's in your best interest to understand that the pieces are missing and do everything in your power to try to find those pieces. But it starts with you being realistic about what's missing in you.
Right.
And I guess like the first time that I started having these epiphanies 5 years ago, the first thing that challenged me, I heard something on the radio that said, embrace your weaknesses and your shortcomings, right?
Mm.
And when I first heard that, I was challenged by it because I'm like, I need to get better on the things that I'm good at,
Yeah.
right? And when I really thought about it, it took me about a week to really think about it. But the only way you're going to really have a real gauge or barometer of who you truly are and what you can offer
Mm-hmm.
is to know what your limitations are. That's
Right.
number one, right?
Right.
Number two, when you're realistic about what your limitations are, your eyes become open to see those things in other people.
Yeah.
To see that other people actually excel at some of the things you're just okay in.
Right. Right.
Right? And it's okay to reach out to those people
Right.
to combine and multiply to something better.
Right.
You know?
And look like we said before, look for like-minded people.
Right.
And where you are weak, you find somebody that's
Has a
strong,
strength, yeah.
and you learn from that person. Now, not everybody's going to want to teach you.
Mm-hmm.
Put that out there. Not everybody's going to be forthcoming with it. But if you can find that one person, but you got to first learn your weakness,
Mm-hmm.
learn where you're struggling at, and find someone who is strong, or you see them strong in that area, and just ask the question, hey, would you mind if we talked a bit, about something? I see that you have, this strength, and I'm kind of struggling in that area. Would you mind helping me out? They say no.
Build up a tough skin.
Yeah, that too.
Definitely build up a tough skin because it's not easy in this world where we're now seen as adults. So that's the first challenge that I had, being completely amateur, but being seen as an intelligent adult,
Right.
a rational thinking adult. So people automatically assume that your map is filled in
Right.
with everything that you need to know or things that you need to do, but that's
And
not
it's
always
not.
the case.
It's not.
If I'm an amateur, a newcomer to this arena, then I need for people to embrace me and teach
Right.
me all the things that I didn't know. But that's not always available. What is available is your ability to educate yourself,
Absolutely.
and then you'll earn the respect of all the people that you were seeking guidance
Mm-hmm.
from.
Be like an inquisitive kid that wants to ask 50, 11 questions.
Mm-hmm. Curiosity. It didn't kill
Be
a cat.
It didn't.
It didn't, because it got 9 lives, right?
Yes, 9 lives. That's what I was thinking of, but I
Yeah.
started laughing too quick. Be an inquisitive kid. Like my children, they will come. The only thing that annoys me, I will answer the question, but they ask me questions they already know the answer to, just to
Testing you.
see if I know. So what I started telling them is Google it. Go look in the book. We got a book over there about it.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Not
what do
only
you
that,
think it
but
is?
research it a few times, because
Yeah.
I find that there's value in contrast.
Mm-hmm.
People don't like indifference, right? I rather agree that we disagree, because that's where the value is.
Mm-hmm.
It's a contrast. If I could, bottom line, there's a contrast in just respecting people as a person,
Right.
So that's the bottom line right there, and that's how you make your connections. Be realistic about your connections and what they are.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking for love in all the wrong places, you will find nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
So be realistic. Like when I connect with somebody who plays trumpet and they're very good at playing trumpet, then I'm interested in their trumpet playing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would love for them to be a beautiful person that I could build a wonderful connection and relationship with, but that's not always realistic, because we have to be the beautiful people we wish to connect with.
Absolutely.
And that chemistry doesn't always translate up front, first and foremost.
Yeah.
But I'm always looking for warm, inviting, loving people who are transparent.
Absolutely.
And who do not have too many ulterior motives that are not easily seen. That's all.
And I would say this too, because some people I know, they are the coolest people in the world, will give you the shirt off their back, but they rub some people the wrong way.
Yeah.
But understand their true heart, and understand your true heart,
Intention.
your true intention as well. I know someone who I'm just say they're butthole. They're straight up.
One.
I'm one too. I'm gonna own it. I am one. I can be one, and I can probably bat with some other people.
25-8.
But this person, if you call them today and say, "Hey, you know what? I just need about $200. I'm really struggling right now." They don't even want to hear the story. They don't want to hear what's going on when you need it.
Mm-hmm.
But they rub some people the wrong way. I rub some people the wrong way. He rubs some people the wrong way. You're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. Might be somebody's cup of coffee, some cup of liquor. It's going to be one of them. But understand that person's true heart.
Mm-hmm.
Understand where that person is coming from. You may rub somebody the wrong way. Understand your true heart. Understand your true intentions. If not, you're going to find yourself explaining yourself over and over again to a lot of people when you don't have to. You don't owe them any explanation.
Yeah.
If somebody misunderstands you, if somebody takes what you say out of context, there's no sense in you explaining yourself. You're given an opportunity to say, "Hey, well, that wasn't what I meant. That's not what I said." If that person just want to hold on tight to that offense, leave it alone.
How much time we got left?
Oh shit, we got about 5 more minutes.
All right, cool. So what I want to say is, if you really want to be yourself and you really want to figure out who you are, then you have to start protecting your mental space, and that starts by protecting and guarding your physical space. Um, Malcolm X used to stand. Well, they had a picture of Malcolm X standing at the window with like an AK or a rifle, or whatever. And they always say by any means necessary. So that made people think that he was ready to just shoot it out and all that. And he probably was. But my thinking is that you have to guard your space by any means necessary.
Absolutely.
And if it requires for you to physically remove yourself, then you have to do that. If it requires for you to defend yourself, then you have to do that. What I will say is don't do anything unnecessary, and don't harm any women, old people, or children.
Absolutely. Now, I will say this. You did not introduce yourself.
Oh, I didn't. Hi, y'all. My name is Shakar. Everybody knows me online as The Real Shakar, and I do a number of things.
And he is the person who created our theme song.
The theme song. PBO, yeah! The movement.
It's the movement.
Yeah.
So, and this is my brother.
Hi, y'all. Thank you for welcoming me to the show.
So, in closing, that is the end of our show. I just want everybody to understand, please be yourself. Be true to yourself. Be true to the person that you are. You're not a mistake. You're not a misunderstanding. You're not a happenstance. You are here for a reason and a purpose.
Definitely.
Understand who you are. Understand how you are. Understand what you are. Find the positivity in that and hold on to it and focus on it. And as my brother stated, guard your mental.
Right.
Guard your mental from any negative. If you see it coming your way and it's rubbing you the wrong way, like that picture with Shaq, just push it away.
Yeah.
And just guard yourself and be yourself. Okay? All right. So our Black businesses, every show, I support Black businesses. So this is Vanessa Hill. Let me see if y'all can see that. She does organic and vegan, cruelty-free bath soaps, body washes, and oils. And she has her own website, and her information is in the description. So if you are into that, that's the one side of her cart. Can you see it? Okay.
Don't look at my dirty nails.
There
we
go. Okay, and you see the different stuff that she does there.
Wait. There you go.
Okay.
All right,
cool.
Yeah, I got it. Cool.
Thank you. So she does different body washes, oils. Make sure y'all check her out. And y'all know every week I support a Black business. If you are looking to for free advertisement for 1 week, definitely hit me up. We have the email on the page. Also, sign up for our email page because I am giving out birthday shout-outs every week. So, that's the other part of this. Happy birthday to everyone who has a birthday this week.
What season is this?
We're going into Thanksgiving.
Oh, Thanksgiving.
And I gave a special shout-out to my auntie, whose birthday was on October 31st.
Hey, Auntie.
Hey, Auntie. I forgot 2 of my cousins. So, my cousin Wesley and my cousin Tyrese.
Sucker Free West.
Happy birthday, Ty. I don't know who else got birthdays coming up. Well, for November, Wyatt's birthday is coming up. And Tanaya's birthday is coming up, my niece. So that's 2 birthdays coming up in November. So we're gonna give a special. Oh, my Aunt Erlene, her birthday was last week.
Hey,
so
Earl.
we got a lot of family.
Yeah.
But shout out to all of you in the PBO world. PBO is a movement.
PBO, yeah.
PBO, only positive vibes. Yeah, I got a little son. That was for Aaron. That was for my cousin Aaron because he always talking about I can sing. I can't sing.
Mr. Q. Shout out to Mr. Q.
Shout out to Mr. Q. So thank you all for joining. Thank you all for being here. I love that my brother is here with me.
Thank you for having me.
And as we always say in closing, control the narrative, keep it positive, positive vibes only.
PVO is a movement.
It's a movement. See you guys.